What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Hopefully you're having a blessed day. We're getting this started. My name is Desi Hobbs. You guys already know Atlanta car broker. And I have my good friend over here and partner in crime, Mr. Jonathan NiBlack. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. How are you?
Doing just fine, man. Trying to get this started. I want to share all this with my Facebook fam. So I'm downloading the link right now so they can all join us too.
Oh, amen. Yeah, let's get them on. The more the merrier.
Yeah, and the biggest thing for you guys, if you've heard me talk lately, you know how I blast stuff when I do it. I've been trying to get this guy to do a live on video with me since each one helped one. I've been trying to get him since I had my Mr. Fix Your Credit page, and here I am finally Atlanta car broker. I got this guy so we can do live and do what we do.
Oh,
As y'all know, I broker cars. I sell cars. Been doing it for a long time. And this guy right here does everything. He's who knows who. Also restores and fix your credit. Full thing, and we kind of tie in together with what he does and what I do. So, Jonathan, I'll let you introduce yourself. Why I put this thing on social media for us.
well, that's amazing, man. And I hate you make it seem like it's been so hard to get me. But I'm going to do this one little second. Can you hear me all right? Because I'm coming around this stone mountain, and it goes in and out.
I got you. I can hear you.
Okay, good. Well, I'm going to do a little something I shouldn't do, which is speed. But, there's a story behind that. Now I can even speed effectively right now.
We, we want you to be here.
The vehicle that no, I know this is a dead zone for me. I meant to be in place, but a client called. I had
Hold on, Jonathan. You know what we're gonna do?
face to face, so let me just okay. You tell me.
Hold on,
It's
y'all.
gonna be
I'm gonna try to get him where I can hear him real quickly. You're breaking up. You were just breaking up where you were, man.
1 minute.
Yeah, go ahead. Break off till you get to a good land, to a good site, and then I'm gonna keep talking while I wait for you to jump in.
All right. Let me know if you can hear me all right. Can you hear me all right now?
Oh, there you go. You back, man. You back
Excellent.
with us?
Excellent.
This live, you
Excellent.
guys, is what we
Excellent.
do in the field. If he's in the field just like I'm in the field, so this is liable to happen.
So let me just give a little story about myself and I got to be honest, Desi. I don't know if we're talking to the entrepreneurs, if we're talking to the car buyers, if we're talking to the credit people. And the one beautiful thing that I like about where I'm at in life right now is people used to always say, "Man, he is a jack of all trades, maybe master of none." And I have grown into being a jack of all trades by mastering one. And what I've mastered is the ideology that credit is the baseline for what most people want to do. No matter where I go, if I'm feeding into somebody, if I'm speaking life, because anybody who knows me knows I'm about good vibes, good credit, and much success for everyone. And that
Oh yeah.
bottom line is credit, man. If you want to buy a car, you have to have your credit right. If you want to get a house, you have to have your credit right. If you want to get a job, you have to have your credit right. If you're starting your own business and you need to get a credit line in order to have capital to do something, you got to get your credit right. So I tell people, it all ties in to that whatever you believe you can do it. And God, whoever you want to call him, Allah, the universe, the master of them all, he will give you every tool you need to be as successful as you want to be. And I just didn't get that. I done been through a divorce. I done lost a house. I mean, you have no clue to all the things that I've been through. I've worked with superstars in the industry who I'm still cool with. Don't get me wrong, it's gonna be I wasn't there. I have is my relationships. So, did you lose me?
A little bit, but I
Are
still
we
heard
back?
you on that end.
Okay, okay. So one of the things I want to talk about then, real quick, while I got a good signal, is if you don't mind, Desi, this because you've invited me on here, I just kind of want to talk about the fact of dealing with people with integrity. And the other man on this line, on this video that I'm dealing with, has probably been one of the most highest integrity gentleman I've ever dealt with. Whenever I needed a car, when my credit was all jacked up, he was still able to get me what I needed, and he talked me off the cliff. He used to say to me, man, I know you want that Benz, but right now I need you to drive this Mitsubishi and get your credit straight. I need you to get what you can afford and make your payments on. I need you to make sure that you do a good steward with this little bit right here, and then we'll refinance you. We'll trade this car in and we'll step you up. Well, right now, because of his advice and my decision to work on me and do credit restoration for not only myself but for others, I sit here now today, I drive a 2013 Audi S4, and my payments on this car is less than the 2010 Mitsubishi that I had, where I had to put $750 or maybe $1,000 down to get the Mitsubishi. I only put $500 down for this. So I'm saying, when you commit to invest in yourself, when you commit to better yourself, all the little other extra things that you want, they just come. I got a credit card right now. I used to fight to have a $300 credit card. I applied for a credit card. I was like, well, I got my credit straight. Let me get a $1,000 limit credit card. They came back and said, oh, Mr. NiBlack, here you go, $5,000 credit card. That was my first goal. I was like, huh? What? You did what? But it was because in my mindset I had said I was going to be a better person and I was going to have all those things. So even when I went for the little steps, God allowed and afforded me to take giant leaps and bounds. And that motivated me to help others, because I said, if this can be done for me, heck, it can be done for anybody. It can be done for everybody. So God allowed me to be elevated so that I can turn around and provide a service to the masses. So I'm pulling over right now just so that I can talk. Good. I know I'm long-winded, Desi. I know I can go on a mile a minute.
Sorry,
so
bro.
Ask me what you want to ask, talk about what you want to talk, and I'll just join in on the conversation.
Hey, no. You're on a perfect thing, because what you talk about coincides with what I do in my industry and what I did for years. It's a lifestyle, wanting to get your situation better. I honestly believe that everybody wants to have excellent credit, or they want to have what they see somebody else have, and they don't realize they're probably living off credit cards and some other stuff. But they want that, but it's how do you do it? The discipline is what people lack in doing. And I find that a lot, like you were telling the story with you, but I witnessed that with a lot of people. They're ready. They want that Benz. They want an Audi now, and they put an age attachment to it, because you know what? I put in my work. I should get it right now. And I'm telling them, no, but you haven't earned it. Like, you haven't earned it with the banks. It's a life, you gotta be prepared for it, because once you get it, can you keep it? You're gonna be able to pay the premium gas. Are you gonna pay the maintenance? I mean, it's so much other things other than just getting it and showing it off to people. Then you have to maintain it, and it's a lifestyle to me in doing it. So that's why I do try to put in. This is a stickler on the car industry. We just throw them in every car, and I never tried to just throw people in stuff. I always want to make sure people were on the right thing that's gonna bring them back to me, first off, for repeat business. But secondly, I know when they come back and tell me a good story, hey, man, not like you. Now I'm in an Audi. Yeah, I'm in a Mitsubishi. Those are the stories we want, because that means you learn something and you're not proud of it. Like me, we went through some similar things all together, man. We done went through some of the similar things, man. That's why we can talk. But we learn from it. You have to be hard on yourself and hold yourself accountable. So I agree with you, and that's the biggest step, is discipline. People saying, what do they say to you if they tell you, hey, man, I just don't have, what would you say? I don't have time to let me see if he's gone. He may have went out for a minute. Jonathan, can you hear me? We may have lost him for a quick bit. So I'm gonna wait for him to come back, you guys, and then we'll keep rolling with Jonathan. You there?
I don't know what happened. Oh, can y'all see me?
I can't see you, but we still can hear you though.
All right. Well, I want to be seen. You know, I'm vain.
Yeah, okay. Don't make me sing the song. You're so vain. Probably think the song is about you. All right, he's back. I can see him, you guys. All right. So I was asking is, what do you say to people that say, it's almost like they say, I can't afford to be financially well off by actually saving and getting my credit right? What do you say? What minor steps can you say to them to tell them that they can get there just like you?
Here's the biggest thing. This is what I had to do for me. And I always tell people, I'm never going to tell you what to do, but I will tell you what I did, and you can be intelligent enough to make your own decision. And the reason I say that is because everybody wants to quit. Everybody takes years to get in their credit all messed up, and then they want it to be fixed in a month. And it just does not happen that way. But what I will tell you is, I kept talking about fixing my credit, And I kept talking about I was planning for it. I kept talking about what I was going to do. I kept talking about that next paycheck. I kept talking. Yeah, you get my point. I just kept talking. I never made a move. Well, one day it hit me,
Right.
and I was sitting there, and I was looking at my kids, and I said to my daughter, because she was acting up, my middle child, and I said, why do I keep having to tell you to do the same thing? And I stopped just like that. I said, well, God dang, she ain't doing no different than what I'm doing. And I said that to her while I was
Right.
looking at some bills, which is why it hit me. So then this is what I did. Okay? I said for the next month, 30
Right.
days, I'm just gonna sacrifice towards credit. Every time I make a decision that I gotta pull out my card, my debit card, not credit card, because that's all I had, my debit card, my prepaid card. Every time I pulled out my card, or every time I pulled out cash in my pocket, I said, is this more important to get my credit fixed? And let me tell you what hit me. I was gonna go out to dinner with Lucius, some of my boys. I was gonna go out to dinner with them, and I thought
Right.
about it. I said, every time I go out with them drinking and eating, how much do I spend? About $60. I decided to stay home and watch TV that night. I took that $60 and I put it in an envelope. No joke. I put it in an envelope. Saturday, the very next day, everybody was gonna go watch football. The very next day, everybody go to football game. I was like, okay, if I go out to Twin Peaks, and we're gonna sit there and have drinks and some appetizers. How much am I gonna spend? It's about $40. I was like, if I'm just paying for me, I like stayed at home, watched the game at home on my TV. Took that $40, put it in the bag. Sunday, we were gonna go out to eat with some other friends of mine. I told the woman I was dating at the time, you know what? I don't even feel like going out tonight. I was like, I'm kind of tired, and I really was. So then I thought, as I was laying on my bed on Sunday, I was like, how much would if I took me and my girl out, how much would I have spent eating and out today? I was probably spent about $100, right? I took that $100 and I put it in an envelope. So listen, I said I was going to take the next 30 days to make a $289 investment in myself. I said I was going to take the next 30 days. That weekend, I had just put away roughly $200 in an envelope. So I only had to come up with another $100, which was, honestly, if I hadn't gone out to eat for lunch that week, I could have did the same thing, but I chose to eat at home. But the next weekend when I got paid again, I just said, forget it. I took the $100, put it with the $200, and I started getting my credit fixed. 45 days later, my credit score jumped up 143 points. I was sold. I mean, I was just like, I finally made an investment in myself, and it's starting to pay off. And I just kept letting my credit get fixed until I got to a point where I was like, okay, now I can actually do some things. And it was a one-time investment that I had to do that, because once I saw that it worked, and I'm just talking from my business, I started referring people, just telling them about it. Hey, you should try this. It works. It works. Every time people came in, I got paid $100. I had 8 people come in within a 2-week period of time. So that $300 came back to me. Now I had another $500. That wealth started building because I made the decision to invest in myself. Yeah, I spent it. Why? Because I hadn't learned anything really yet. So that $800 gave me that $500 of good. It was gone just that quick. But I saw a proven track record, and I learned from my lesson. Like, why did I do better, but then end up being in the same state? Because I hadn't educated myself to a level of being better. I did a few good acts, but I didn't do an internal change. Now that I've done an internal change, I'm able to continue to perpetuate, how should I say it, the goodness, the good vibes, the good decisions, the better decisions. So backing all the way back up to the original question, it comes down to one simple thing when you don't have the money to invest in yourself. And that one simple thing is a decision. And I'll tell you why it's a decision. Because half of you all out there, y'all ain't going to let that cell phone die. Half of y'all out there, y'all not going to go without that cable TV to watch TV every week. I mean, you won't even go buy a $24 little Cody stick so you can plug it in and just have internet service. You'd rather give Xfinity $200 every month so you can have all the dang cable channels in the world, versus paying $25 for an Amazon stick and just having the internet service for $45 a month, and you already saving. I'm just saying this.
Yep.
So, you know, you got to have the AT&T phone, you know, because it's worldwide coverage and da-da-da-da, but you don't ever travel nowhere. So
Right.
you can go get a Metro PCS and be good. And ain't nobody, I ain't dialed one person this year and thought about what service they on. Get that
No,
Metro
man, you
phone.
can't do Metro PCS. It's a status thing. You know, you pay Metro PCS. That's telling people that you broke. It's
You know,
crazy, right?
hey, I'm gonna tell you a quick little story that kind of hit me over the head. I you know, and I hope it doesn't come off braggadocious, but I have a friend of mine that is his family billionaire status, and he came down to Atlanta to do some business, and I was supposed to pick him up to the hotel, which is right down the street, maybe about 4 or 5 blocks, and I was late. And he said, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'll start heading that way." I thought he gonna get a limousine service. He gonna get da da da. I'm driving down the street. I pass his hotel anyway. He's walking 5 blocks to go grab something to eat. I pull over. I was like, "Hey," I don't want to call his name. What you doing? Get in the car. I was like, "Why didn't you just grab a cab or something?" He's like, "Why give away that money?" And I was like, and I thought about it. I was like, "Oh, you decided to save $5 to walk, but you taking everybody out to Morton Steakhouse." And he was like, "I've learned that I pay for what I want to pay for and what I need to pay for, but what I don't do is pay for things I don't have to pay for." I really want y'all to think about that, because that'll teach you so much. If you want it, I get it. I understand it. But position yourself to be able to buy your wants. If you need it, I get it. But the stuff that you don't have to pay for, what? AT&T, Verizon, I'm not hating against those services. You might have a family plan and 8 people. I don't know. But if you don't have to pay those exuberant prices, don't do it. I'll confess this right now. People, because I know how people think, and because I used to think that way. He's talking all of this, and he's driving an Audi. Yeah, I'm driving an Audi, but I position myself that I'm only paying $400 a month for the car that I want. And I can say that because I was paying 5, dang near close to 6 for a car I didn't want. And everything is relative, and everything is you have to put it in perspective, and that's a lesson that I had to learn. So again, going back to the original question, if you put things in perspective and understand that you're your greatest brand, you're your greatest commodity, you are your greatest asset, you will find a way to invest in you.
Right.
Because you are the only thing in your life that when it ends, don't nothing else matter.
Right.
So why not invest in you?
So what you're saying is one step at a time. Start with the small things. So
yeah, I'm sorry.
Instead of buying something that's $2 more, you can buy the generic brand of something and save some money.
That's right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So if you can drive everywhere, you want to save gas, maybe you can carpool with somebody and save some of the money. I'm just thinking of things out loud, John. These are things that I can think of for people that have real, because people are going to say, you ain't being real. That's not realistic for what we can do. First off, if you get past the notion of it's going to be comfortable for you and we're trying to make it easy for you, then you're probably going to fail anyway, because the goal is not that it's going to be something that's comfortable. It's definitely going to be uncomfortable to do something that sometimes is right for you. It takes you to get out the comfort zone. It may not be comfortable. It may take some extra steps. Just my thought out there. So I agree with everything you just said, man. And no, you're not being braggadocious. I understand. When you learn something, it's like people go to church. After you go through something, you're ready to give a testimony. There's a reason why God take you through, so you can tell people. So if we're going to tell testimonies as being braggadocious, then nobody would give a testimony. But that's what it's for. Because if not, you're going to knock your head over and over again, and you're going to find yourself. You're a person, and I've been in that category, so we're not even speaking down on people. We're people that's telling you we've been there, and we've done it multiple times. We've been blessed again, and we've gotten it, and then we messed up again. Then it took a point where you start looking out, and you start having kids. They start getting older. You look, me, man, we got kids about to go to college. I mean, you all of a sudden you start thinking, I need to be a better example, and sometimes you get it. Some people don't. Some people I know that got it. I know some guys got it at 20-something. Like that guy everybody used to tease that didn't hang with us, but he was going to that job and he was getting that 401k and like he's sitting fat now and he didn't spend as much. He got it very early, but it took discipline. People probably teased him. I got some friends like that was studying MCATs. I wanted them to hang with us and go do my shows when I wanted to be a star. And dude's like, man, Morehouse man like yourself. And he's like, no, I got to study. And that's what he chose to do. And it paid big dividends later on. So you guys, it's a sacrifice. And I say that what he does translate into my business, because he's talking about his business of restoring credit, which goes into my business of helping people get in their car, dream car or second chance car or whatever you want to call it. You have to have your credit right, because the more you get your situation better, the less money you're paying the bank. And that's what we want. Less money going to the bank, more going into your family, or more investing or whatever you want to do, your business and all that. So why not save? You know, why would you get a Benz? Even if you could, let's say you had a job, Jonathan, and they could get a Benz right now, but they want to get a house. They haven't got the house yet, or they haven't got their business yet, but they're going to pay $900 a month, you know, on that Benz or that Lexus or that Acura right now, when they could really get a car that's $300 a month, and you could have been saving $600 times 72 months. You know, take off the interest that you paid the bank. This is thousands of dollars. But a lot of times you can't beat people wanting stuff in the short term. So I will throw this in there, and this is not me. Just you guys got to get over a quick microwave fix. If it took you 20 years, 30 years, 40 years to mess up a situation, it's going to take you time to get out of it. It's not going to happen in 30 or 60 days, because it's a lifestyle that you got to get yourself accustomed to. So commit to it like working out. It's no different than people that want to work out at the beginning of the year, and then by March, they're not working out anymore. If you don't really hold yourself accountable and commit to it, you're going to do the same thing. So I only talk to people that are ready to commit, period. If you're ready to commit to something, I'm there for you. If you're not going to commit, come see me, because eventually you're going to get there is what I'm saying. There's hope for everybody. Some person may take to their 50. Some people just, you know, get it right away. Hey, I want to figure it out right now. And the people that want to figure it out right now, we're here for you. Doing it right and trying to help you out.
But I'm going to interject with this one little thing. Don't ever expect anyone on the outside to invest more time, money, energy, or knowledge in you than you're willing to invest in yourself. That's probably one of the biggest things that I've come across. I've had people who need help getting their credit fixed, and they'll say to me, well, we were supposed to talk.
Uh-oh. I think he got cut off, so we're going to wait. Hold on. You got cut off for a minute, so I think you're back now. Go ahead.
You know, I'll tell people hold on. I tell people in a minute, you want to better yourself. Sometimes you got to chase that thing, because you'll go out there and no offense, you'll go out there and chase that tail. You'll go out there and chase that sugar daddy. You'll go out there and chase that quote unquote dollar. But when it comes time to chase advancement for yourself, when it comes time to chase something that's going to truly better your life, then you get all lackadaisical, and then you want to blame somebody else. Well, I tell people, you know what? I do want to serve you, but sometimes I'm busy. And just like today, I had this call with Desi, and I knew I had this call. But then I got a call, and somebody said, hey, I've been trying to reach you. I'm here. You know, I want to go ahead and get started. I got to get my credit fixed. Can you meet me? Because I don't like talking about this stuff over the phone. And you have people like that. I don't want to give my credit information. I'm like, okay, hey, I'll come to you. It doesn't mean somebody else wasn't important. It just means, hey, you got to reach out to me, because I might have gotten distracted with something, but I got something that you want / or need. Go get that thing. When I was ready to do this, the representative who had introduced me to them, they wasn't calling me. I had made a decision, and I was like, oh, I got to go get that thing. And that's where 720 friendly credit birthed from. I was like, you know, when I finally got over a 720 credit score, I'm like, dang, people sure do treat me different. They, you know, I walk in now once they pull my credit. You know, Mr. NiBlack, have a seat, Mr. NiBlack. You know, we go. I'm like, well, I was just
Yeah.
Jay not too long ago. Now I'm Mr. NiBlack. What's the difference?
Right.
It's because I took care of my brand. When you start taking
Right.
care of your brand, I walked into the bank. Like I said, I just wanted to apply for a little credit card. You know, I came in. You know, I used to have a $300 credit card. I wanted to up my limit. They had new credit card programs. They had to pull your credit again. I was like, okay, well, I just want to get $1,000 limit because I had 300. She came back to the desk, Mr. NiBlack. You've been approved for 5,000. I'm like, what? What? Oh, well, okay,
Yeah.
appreciate it. And,
Yeah.
and not to tell all my business, but even now, that same institution has offered me, you know, a credit card with even an even higher limit, and I'm careful because I'm wiser. So I
Right.
could go out and it's like, let me continue to manage this, so I don't get
Right.
so heavy in debt that I can't, you know, continue to do what I do. So there's checks
Right.
and balances, and I'm still learning. And I tell people, I'm still learning. But I'll tell you, I'm gonna give these tidbits. All that stuff in your credit report, those medical bills, they will be removed. Foreclosures off of my credit. Student loans off of the credit. When you start talking about even old credit cards, you don't have to pay those old credit cards that have been sold to another third party agent and they're on your credit. All of those things
Right.
off of your credit. But if you don't get the knowledge, you don't know. And when those things
Yeah.
fall off, your credit score starts increasing. If you have a
Yeah.
credit card, you got $1,000 credit card, don't max it out. Keep it at a balance of about 200, 250. And you're like, well, why I got all this credit? Because when they see you do that, it kind of makes them feel like, oh, you got the money, but you don't need my money. And since you got the money, you being a good steward over this, heck, we'll give you 2 more credit cards with the same thing. All of those
Yeah.
things, you keep it under 30%, it raises your credit score continuously. So just a couple of little, you know, tidbits to let you
Yeah.
know
And
you
that affects
can
that in
do it,
my
and it's
world
worth
too. It affects it in my world too, because when car dealers are looking at credit, they're going to look at how much you maxed out your stuff. So banks actually look at that. They're going to see how
it.
much you've maxed out, how debt loaded you are. So you always want to keep your debt lower, because it can affect you getting your dream car too. So I mean, so that plays a role. That's good stuff. Keeping it under 30%. That's always been a plan. I have my sisters on there. They'll probably be amen to me right now. And they brag all the time. They'll call me, hey, my score is here. Like, it's so funny. We talked about this years ago, and now my sister kicking my butt. I can't lie. She's on it, man. She called me. She be so excited. She's like, I'm just ready for the 800. Like, she's in. And
Hey, I'm not mad.
but
That's it.
but that takes so much discipline. What I will say on piggybacking on you to still go, you guys, there's a habit. It's just like I would tell my guys when I used to train salesmen. Um, there's habit to successful car sales guys, like guys that were selling 30, 40 cars, 20 cars a month. There's a habit that all of them had, and I was in several states that I've been in. But no matter what, they had the same characteristic, the same go-getter mentality, the same relentlessness, the same stay busy, out of circles. They just, everything about them, you could, it was a formula. It's a format to success. And I would tell the guys that I would say right now are at average, but they're achieving to be to that guy, but they pretty much think that they're at that status, want to be treated like a guy that's selling 20 cars. I tell them, emulate that guy, because it's easy to say you want to be this or get this, but if you don't put in the work, you'll never get what that guy got. And they actually probably have more talent than the dude that's selling 30 and 40 cars, but they didn't have the tenacity and that work ethic and that just straight. They were disciplined. All of them were disciplined, male or female. All my top salesmen, all of them were disciplined, no matter what state. They had a trait, and the same characteristic is with this when you're talking about financial wealth and building your credit and just you. If you look at people, emulate those. You have family members. All of us have family members. We know that we've seen on the outside, seem like things are good for them. Like they got the house. They seem like they always have, credit card. You know that family member you always call when something's going down. Everybody seems to call that number. They're calling that number because you know that they can help you out. Well,
They can help
ask them.
you out.
Sit down with them. There's something that they're doing, I promise you, that you can emulate. The problem is you don't want to do it as easy to ask them a lot of times. In a lot of cases, not everybody. So I'm telling you, hold yourselves accountable. There is something. You don't have to reinvent the wheel and trying to get yourself right with credit restoration. There's a formula. Jonathan just gave you a formula. And we've just given you real everyday things that you can do to improve just small amounts. And people say, I don't have time for that. You do. Because if you wait like you did for 30 days and come at the end of the month and look at what you saved, that's a quick 30 days come quick, especially if you have kids. I promise you, 30 days feels like a week when you have children because there's so many deadlines and things you got to take care of. So believe in yourself. Like he said, you can't have somebody else believe in you harder than you believe in yourself or work harder for you, because it won't happen. First off, nobody's going to work harder for you than you work for
yourself. It ain't gonna happen.
So it really isn't going to happen. So work hard. And the reason why I brought Jonathan is because it plays a role. Like I said, I'm a car broker. What sets me different from my years in there is I really genuinely want to change a mind frame with people that I help. Now, there are some people that have cash. I know that come to me and want to get cars and they can buy it. We're good. They have their financing with USA, whatever their credit union is. That's great. They've done their homework. They got the best rate at their credit union. That's beautiful. Then you have other people that have the credit. They know what they want. They're telling me, hey, I found this car. I got this. Desi, just go in and negotiate with them a little bit more for me. I know you can dig more. And that's cool. But then there's the other ones that want the same thing. They want that luxury car. They want that this. And my job is to show you the right way to get it. Even if I know some people can get it, you can get it still. I mean, that's my business. However, I'm the guy that's going to tell you, hey, man, it's probably a better decision. I know you like this Lexus, but I found this Maxima that's just better, and it's under $22,000. It's a better deal than paying $36,000 for this car you saw. And that's what it's about, is making better decisions. So when you do, and when it does come time for you to buy that real dream car, man, you can do it with almost being as close to debt-free as possible. And that's the goal, to spend as less. And like you were saying, you were talking to your billionaire guy. And I talk to a lot of guys with money, and the biggest thing is how much they spend less a month. Like, you notice people that have trends of trying to reestablish their credit. You notice and I'm going to say we, because I'm going to go back to when I was going through it. We spent a lot.
Yeah.
A month. Because you're always thinking of buy. What can I buy today? I know everybody was probably getting ready for this Black Friday and this Cyber Monday thing. Spending money that they could have invested and spent on something fruitful in your lives. I know we went out there and spent thousands of our hard-earned money on something that it won't give back. However, you can't offset the happiness of your household and people enjoying themselves. Go ahead. I see you got something on
that. I'm going to give you one example, though. When you change your mindset and you put yourself in a different space, you will be amazed at how things are attracted to you. And I know y'all heard The Secret and all this stuff, but that law of attraction is real. And the reason I say that to you is because I decided I wasn't going to do the whole Black Friday and all this other stuff. I was like, I need to invest in myself. And I just put that out there. I need to figure out a way to invest in myself. And no, I'm not trying to sell y'all on something else or anything like that. But a partner of mine, and I think I told you, Desi, they came to me talking about, hey, man, you need to look at this Bitcoin thing. And I'm like, oh, I don't know nothing about that crypto. You know what? I didn't spend money on Black Friday, but now I have a little extra cash. I can do something because I have it. Because I'm looking at, I didn't go spend crazy. So I'm like, all right. So I just put a little bit of money in the little Bitcoin thing he was talking about. I did that on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
On Monday night, because of what this Bitcoin thing is doing, I made all the fees back, plus the money I invested. And I'm sitting here going, hey, this is amazing. But there was a point that when opportunities like that came my way that was outside of my wheelhouse, or just an opportunity that I felt I needed, or something I just wanted to test, to take a risk, to see if I could benefit, I didn't have it to do it. I didn't let $100. I didn't have $10 to do it. I just didn't have it back then. But now, because of where I am and because of my space, and I truly believe because of the people that I help, it affords me to be able to help myself as well. So, again, I'm not going to go off on a tangent because I got another meeting to go to too, but I just want to let you all know you can do it. But it starts with the choice that you make. It starts with making the decision to invest in yourself and getting with like-minded people who have been successful or who are being successful. The last thing I tell you, when you think you have no one to go to, I want you to think about every person you've ever had to go to borrow money, and versus going to borrow money, go borrow their mindset and make it your own. Go sit down and talk to them and say, hey, Desi, I know I usually call you to ask you for some money, but hey, can you tell me how I can maximize the money I have? Can you show me how to do what you do so I can take care of myself and my family? I don't want any money from you. I want the knowledge of what to do with the whatever I got right now.
Yeah.
That will go. So now you've intrigued somebody to go, you know what? Let me help this brother out. Because he did used to come to borrow money from me. Now he's coming to ask, how can he fish for himself?
Right.
So
listen here,
that's
Jonathan,
my
tell them what. Tell them where they can reach you at, man, for your stuff too. While we're on here, we're gonna have a lot of that in the link. I'll put it in the YouTube
Well,
link.
my social media across the board is at JD NiBlack. My first, middle initials, and my last name, JD NiBlack. That's my Instagram and all of that stuff. If you want my Facebook fan page, if you really are serious about your credit, go to at 720 Friendly Credit. That's it. The number 720 Friendly Credit. You go to that website, you go to that Facebook fan page, you'll get all the information you need to get started. And you don't have to be an agent. I love to support my team, but I don't have to build a team. I just want you to come in and get your credit straight. So if you just come in as a customer, all the tools that we offer about credit restoration, about putting together a will, about getting a debt minimizer, about getting secure credit cards, all of that information, LifeLock to protect your credit. When Equifax hit me, I got alerted. All of my stuff was shut down so that I was in control of my identity and my credit card. So I wasn't affected by that. I mean, my stuff was taken, but I was notified and everything was stopped. My credit report didn't get messed up off of that. So I'm saying that at 720 Friendly Credit or at JD NiBlack, you can find me anywhere, and I will gladly help you any way that I can.
All right. Well, hey, man, thank you guys for joining us, because I know people are still going to watch this broadcast after this happens, because we're going to post it out there. We're going to do this again, Jonathan. We're going to add some more people in here. I love these conversations. And we need to add some more like-minded people, like you say, and that is true. You guys stay around some like-minded people, because it's going to elevate your mind, elevate where you are, and it helps you achieve your goal you want. Because if you're trying to save and the person around you is trying to make you spend all day, you probably, it's going to be real hard to do. So check me out, Atlanta Car Broker. You guys already know it. Come see your boy. Let me help you guys out the right way to get you in the right car you need to be in. If you need to fix that credit prior to coming, because I heard somebody tell me that the other day, Jonathan, they're fixing the credit first. And I always tell them there's other ways to do it. And be real with yourself. I'm glad I'm saying this at the end, because I hear this a lot in the car industry from people, and it's not being funny when I say it, but I've heard this for years, man. Been over 17 years in the car industry. And I hear somebody tell me all the time is, I'm going to go, let me, because and generally this always comes after they find out they can't get the Mercedes, or, it's normally a high-line car or something that they can't.
Right.
All right, I'm going to go fix my credit, then I'm going to come back and get what I want, because we've already given them option B and C. But they don't want option B and C. They want to go and, get that option. And I'm like, first off, you probably haven't done this because, you would have came ready if that's really what you're going to go do. You got to be real with yourself. I'm just like, be real with yourselves. Why? And even if you did, let's say after you left, you're finna go spend 6 months or a year, possibly, to come up with $10,000, $15,000 to put down to buy a depreciating car. It's crazy. So just do it the right way the first time. Put that money, let it sit in the bank, invest it somewhere, put it somewhere, let it save and draw, and just build your credit up so you can get the best interest and really get what you want. So if there's anything we can say with love, these are two brothers that love our people, man. I've seen this man at work. He don't just say it, he does it. He's driving now to do it. This is what we do. It's all out of love. It's nobody shaming. There's nobody judging. There's nobody doing nothing but hitting you guys with the real. We want to see you guys successful. Call either one of us if you have a question. We will advise you. This is Jonathan NiBlack. I'm Desi Hobbs. And we out here, big dog. I'll catch up with you, man.
All right. Talk to you. Thank you, man.
All right, brother. Peace out. You guys, we'll see you. Each one help one. Each one teach one. Get your mind right, your body right, and your spirit right. Let's go.